What is up, everyone? It's your girl Shane from Gorilla Poets here, and I am flying solo tonight. Yeah, but I wanted to hop on here and do this little workshop for y'all because it's one of my favorites, and it actually helps me out a lot in life, and I could actually use it right now myself. And it is the life maps, and this is a workshop we love doing. We just recently did this workshop with the Arts Empowerment Project, which is a great program that works with teens and youth all across the city and surrounding areas. And they had a ball doing it, and hopefully you will too. So for this workshop, all you need is watercolors. So this is that cheap watercolor set from Michaels that costs about like $6 to $8, right? And Sharpies. And permanent markers are important because they won't bleed when you put water on top of them. Okay, so that's why we use permanent markers. But got some Sharpies here, got my watercolors, got my cup of water, and it's important to use really thick paper whenever you're using watercolors. So the watercolor paper, we like to use the Canson paper. It's not that expensive either. I think you can get like a 30 sheet pack at Michael's for like $15. And a lot of times they have it on sale at Michael's. So if you want to get you some, that's where you can go to get it. But that's what we'll be using. And I am going to show you basically what this life map thing is. So let me spotlight this camera. If it'll let me, I don't know if it'll actually spotlight the one that's not, yeah, it won't. Okay, so I'll hold it up. Hopefully you can see it. So this is a life map. There we go. So you'll see you've got a compass down here at the bottom corner. And I always put the compass at the bottom left, but you can put the compass whichever corner you want to, as long as it's at the bottom. So we've got our compass at the bottom, and then at the top, we've got our goals. And so mine was to make money doing poetry and art. So that's why there's this cash sign and these dollar bills and coins, doing what I love. That's why there's a heart, and there's a microphone and a book. So making money doing poetry. So I have my goal at the top, and I have my compass at the bottom. And your compass has in it the things that are going to keep you motivated, the things that motivate you. So my compass says dollar bills because the money is the motivator, right, for that. And then inspire, to inspire people. So I've got inspire right here and dollar bills up here. So in your compass at the bottom is where you'll put like what motivates you, what's going to be the fuel to go get that goal, right? And you'll put the goal at the top. And then you're going to do your little dotted line all the way up to your goal. But along the way, a lot like life, there's challenges, right? There's challenges. What are the challenges? What do you need to overcome to get to your goal, right? And how are you going to overcome it? How are you going to get there? So you can really, really play with this. All right. So I've got the forest of doubt. And this is like when I'm going to doubt myself, like, you know, I'm getting nervous. Am I good enough? All those doubting thoughts, right? And I even listed them, my work and my worth. Will anyone buy it? My product, you know, is it important enough? Is it going to make an impact? So this is all the doubt, right? In the forest of doubt. And what am I going to do? What am I going to do to overcome it? Well, I've got a cell phone here, and I got my friend Ja. His name is right there, and I have a mouth right here. I'm going to phone a friend. I'm going to call Ja when I'm doubting myself, and he's going to be like, girl, what you talking about? You are totally worth it. Go get your money, you know? So I'm going to phone a friend. So it's really cool. You can think of symbols. You could think of landscapes like deserts. Maybe there's a river, and I'll show you some other examples. But I thought it was cool to have the forest of doubt, and then the phone a friend is how I'm going to get through the challenge. Down here, two other challenges that I have is keeping organized. So I've got a files right here and a desk. So it's going to be a challenge to keep it organized. And I have kind of like this yin yang infinity symbol, which means, you know, work-life balance, but make sure like I keep going no matter what, right? And down here, I've got all the frustration, right? Like all the edits, all the pieces that I don't think are that good. And the way I'm going to handle that is time management, right? Making sure that I put time aside to write so that I can, come out with poetry books and make sure that it gets out into the world so I can sell them. So I want you to think of a goal. I want you to think of your motivating factors that you can put in your compass. Like, what are the things that are going to motivate you? Mine said dollar bills and inspire. I want you to think of at least 3 challenges so that you can put on your life map and how you're going to overcome them. So I'm going to show you some other examples. This one's one of my favorites. Okay, so let me see if I can flip my screen too, because I realize that this is backwards. So let me see. This one's really cool because the goal is no drama valley. And I love that. I love that. There we go. Okay, sweet. All right, so the goal is to get to no drama valley. And I love that. And then the compass at the bottom, the motivation is mental health and no more stress, right? So the compass is at the bottom, you got your goal at the top, and then you've got your dotted line to get to your goal. Well, the challenges along the way for this one was taking things personally, Canyon. And the way that they're going to deal with it is journaling. So they've got journaling down here at the bottom, and they've got the papers falling through the broken heart, right? So when they start to take things personally and they start to, get up in their feelings, they're just going to journal it out so it doesn't trip them up, right? Now, then we got the reckless rapids over here, which I love that, the reckless rapids. And how are they going to deal with it? The bridge of delegation. And delegation means it's the same thing as phone a friend. You're going to start asking people, hey, can you help with this? Can you help with that? So that's basically what delegation means, is you're giving other people things to do so that you don't have to do everything. So what I figure is this person, whenever they start to feel overwhelmed and they start to take on too much, they get really reckless, right? And maybe they start to rebel, and maybe they self-sabotage, mess some things up. But if they give other people things to do and ask for help, they can get through those reckless rapids. And then I thought this was cool. What I ain't about to do borderline. I love that. And what I ain't about to do borderline is like your boundary. This is like, no, these are the things that are my non-negotiables. I will not tolerate these things. And if you're going to treat me this way, then you can't be in the no drama valley, right? So this is boundaries. And I thought that was so cool. So I really like that one. I got one more to show you. This one my partner did. So his compass at the bottom is peace, love, money, and music. So that's his motivating factors. That's how what's gonna fuel him, right? And then he's got his dotted line all the way up to his goal. And his goal is the Lake of Serenity. Let's look at his challenges. We've got getting stuck in pothole planet. So I guess he goes into, I can speak on this because I live with this man. He goes into rabbit holes all the time when it comes to YouTube and things like that. And he gets distracted and he doesn't stay on task. So that would probably be the pothole planet. And he says, use the stilts of perseverance, which means you have the strength to overcome and stay focused and keep going. So he's got his little person on stilts. I thought that was cool. And then over here, what does he have? He has use the hoverboard of hope to get across the trench of tedium. And that's when tedium is it's boring and you have to keep doing it over and over and over again. My man has ADHD, so this makes a lot of sense. If he's bored, he's probably not going to get up here. So using the hoverboard of hope is pretty awesome. And then what are these little creatures right here? It's get past the hounds of resentment. Oh, that's some pettiness right there. So having to get through the hounds of resentment to get to the lake of serenity. So that's his, which is really cool. So I'm gonna do this too. All right. This first one was mine. This one right here was mine, but I'm gonna do this again because I do feel like I'm stuck right now, and I'm like, okay, how do I get unstuck so I can get to my goal? And what even is my goal, right? So this is really cool way to like plan if you hate bullet points. And if you're one of those people that are like, everybody tells you to journal and you're like, I don't want to journal. Why do I need to have like 10 journals with all these things written in them? Like I'm ever going to read this again. You could do these really cool art maps and it's the same thing, except it's like more creative to me and fun. Another way you could journal is, do poetry, but these to me, it's like a way to kind of relax, stay focused and figure it out, sort it out so you could get to the goal, but in a fun way, So you're going to use your Sharpie first, and then you'll go in with the watercolor. Okay. Always Sharpie first, watercolor after. Then you can go back over with Sharpie if you want to. So what is my goal? What is my goal, y'all? What am I trying to achieve? Let's see. Well, where I'm stuck is I'm trying to launch a membership where people pay per month and then they get access to all this stuff, right? So I do creative coaching. So it would be like a coaching membership, right? That's the thing. And I have it all laid out, but I'm just like, why can't I launch this thing, right? So that would be my goal. My goal is to launch that membership. So let's do, if it's launch, let's do like a rocket launch pad. That would be cool. So I'm going to put my goal up here at the top. I'm going to do a rocket ship. I'm not really sure if this is what a rocket ship looks like, but we're just going to say that it is. I don't know why it looks like it's on a carpet, but that's okay. Maybe it's a magic carpet. Okay. And I'm going to put launch membership. I need to give my person a little window. Yay. We'll put yay. Okay, there. So I've got my goal at the top. Let me pull this up here so y'all can see it. Launch membership. And there's my little person in the rocket ship. So I got my goal at the top. I'm gonna put my compass at the bottom. And I think this time I'm gonna do compass in the bottom right. I know I'm switching it up. It's crazy. Now listen, I understand that trying to draw a circle is stressful. All right, because you want it perfect. Listen, I don't want you spending 30 minutes trying to draw a perfect circle. Okay, just take something and trace it. That's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna take this cup right here, bloom. Oh, you can't really see it, but that's okay. I'm gonna take my cup and I'm gonna trace it. And that's how I'm gonna do my compass. Because I'm not trying to do no circle freestyle here. Okay. You might have to bold your line up if, your circle came out a little wonky, and that's okay. Okay, I got my circle here, and that's my compass. So goal at the top, compass at the bottom, and you can design your compass any way you want. I'm just going to do something really simple. I'm going to do I'm just going to do like a little arrow. I'm not going to try to do all 4 points here. Let me move some stuff so y'all can see. All right, there we go. Sweet. All right, so I'm going to do a little circle in the middle. Do a little compass, hand. And let's see, what's my motivating factor? Of course, money, right? You want to make money. So money is definitely going to be one of those things. You know what? I'm even going to put 6 for 6 figures. Haha. but also to share wisdom because, you know, I think it's important to empower other people. So maybe I could do, I don't know, for some reason, when I think of wisdom, I think of an eye. So I'm going to do an eye, and that's going to symbolize wisdom. So you can also think of symbols that stand for the thing that, you know, is your motivation. So I'm going to put an eye. And let's see, what's another motivation factor for me? I could work from anywhere if I launch this membership, right? Which is pretty cool. So freedom, what does that look like? I'm gonna do a feather. For some reason, when I think of freedom, I think of a feather. So I'm gonna do a feather. There we go. Okay, I got my feather, I got my eye, and I got my money signs. Now we gotta do a path to the goal. So I like to make my path with some curves in it because it ain't gonna be a straight shot to your goal. And it also gives you room to put your challenges in there. There we go. So I got my little path. Now, what are my challenges? What are my challenges going to be? So y'all think of 3 for your own, you know, make sure you got that goal at the top, compass at the bottom, and 3 challenges and how you're going to overcome it. So one challenge for me, I think I get scared. I think like it's a lot to be in the public eye and to put yourself out there. You know, you feel kind of naked. So you feel vulnerable. So what in nature would be kind of like vulnerable? A field is pretty vulnerable because it's pretty wide open, right? So maybe a field of the field of fear. Okay. All right. We got the field of fear. And I'm actually going to put it here because it's like the very first. It's pretty intimidating, y'all. I'm going to put some trees here on the edge of the field. So you kind of know it's a field. Little grass lines. Maybe some little bit of hills, but not big ones, you know. Some grass lines here. There we go. Okay. So field of fear. Ooh, I'm gonna do like one of those like squiggly little, you know, exclamation points. Okay, so we got the field of fear. How am I gonna overcome it though? I know. Positive I am statements. Like I am capable. I am confident. I am enough. I am statements get me through a lot, y'all. What could they be though if I'm shield? Maybe like it'd be the shield of I am. The shield of I am. That sounds like something you would find in like Skyrim or like a video game. Like, but it works. Okay. The shield of I am. I'm gonna put it on top of the field because it's attached to that challenge. I'm gonna draw me like what I hope looks like a shield. Here we go. I'm gonna make it bold too because it's strong. It's a strong shield. Ain't gonna fall apart easily. The shield of I am. Love it. Okay, wonderful. All right, moving right along. What is another challenge? Well, I'm going to have to put in the work, right? I'm going to have to put in the work to do this thing, and that takes time. So I'm going to have to carve out time. Ooh, maybe like a canyon because it's like carved out of the earth, you know? Canyon of time. Why not? Okay. So a canyon would be open like this. It would be open. Do little plateaus over here in the distance. Haha. There we go. So the canyon of time. All right. How am I going to carve out the time? How am I going to make it through the canyon? How am I going to make it through? You know what's been my biggest issue is that I would have more time if I actually got up earlier. But your girl like to sleep in. I am not a morning person naturally. Let me rephrase that. I'm not a morning person naturally, but I would have enough time if I actually got up earlier. So I am going to carve out the canyon of time with the shovel of sleep. Yes, I'm going to try to get a good night's sleep instead of staying up all night and watching true crime YouTube videos, because that's what I do. That's what I do. I watch like the makeup tutorials, but they're also doing true crime. Bailey Sarian is one of them. And I think there's one from the UK called Daniel Christie. Yeah, that's what I do. I stay up all night and I just watch true crime videos and watch women put on their makeup. That's what I do. So we're gonna overcome the canyon of time with the shovel of sleep. All right. We're gonna put our shovel up here. Here we go. There we go. The shovel of sleep. This would be one really interesting Lord of the Rings novel right here. Okay, there's 2 challenges. We need one more. So let's see. Well, we've got putting the work in. We've got, carving out the time to do so. We've got the field of fear. And you know what another problem I have is when I get money, I spend it, y'all. I don't even put it back. I'm like just spending it. I like to eat well, and most of my money goes to like really good food. So I'm going to say I'm going to have to cross the city of big spending. Yeah, that's going to be a challenge because I got to put money back into the business for it to grow. And that means I'm going to have to put some money back. So we're going to have to go across the city of big spending. So let me do some skyscrapers here. I know that this is a very wonky city. Okay, so don't judge me. Don't judge my city. Do some windows here and some of these skyscrapers. City of big spending. We're gonna have dollar bills everywhere. All right. How am I gonna get through the city of big spending? Listen, I could say budget all I want to, but budgeting ain't really the problem. I love the budget. I do. But just because that number's written down don't mean I'm gonna stick to it. So how am I gonna stick to it? How am I gonna stick to the budget? Oh, okay. So I could put sacrifice here. That sounds painful. I could put, determination. I could put focus. I could put, resiliency, all of these things, right? But what really trains you is reward, right? Is so if I could reward myself in ways that don't cost money when I put money back, I think it would motivate me to keep doing it. Does that make any sense? Like maybe like, oh, I saved $25 today, or I put $25 in my savings account. I'm going to go for a walk in the park because I actually love to do a walk in the park, right? So like little things that'll train my brain that it's a good thing to save and not like something I'm lacking, You know what I mean? Like if I don't spend that money, then I'm lacking in an experience. That's not necessarily the case, right? So if I can train my brain to think of it as a gain and not something that I'm missing out on, then I think I can do it. So I'm going to put the GPS of small rewards. Go with me here. Okay. So we're going to put, let's see, we'll use a cell phone. Make it look like a map. GPS of small rewards. There we go. Sweet. All right, y'all, we did it. We traversed to the goal. Y'all have fun with this for real. There's some really cool things that you can come up with, like when it comes to the landscape and the challenges. You could really have a lot of fun with this. And once you're done with the Sharpie, you can go in, you can make things bolder if you want to. You can do more designs if you want to. And as always with the watercolors, remember that more water equals lighter color and the less amount equals darker. And sometimes you got to really load it up on the brush. So if I dip my brush into the water, sometimes I might need to really come in here with the brush and really dig it in there, so you can load it up on the brush, the color. And then you can go in and put it on the paper, and it'll be way darker than if you just barely tapped the color. So you can really load it up on the brush, and that will help you put that color down and have fun with this. It's like you're kind of making your own coloring book, you know. You can also do watercolor washes, which is, for me, what I'm doing is I'm taking my brush and I'm just dipping it in the water, and then I'm coming in with the water and pulling that down. So it stretches that color out. So you could do washes like this if you want to. Clean your brush off and you can get a different color. And then you can come in and blend it together. That's really fun to do. You can't really see that. Let me get a darker color. So I could come in here and blend. And the way to blend two different colors is to put the colors beside each other and then clean your brush off, and then just use regular water to blend them together using circular motions like this, and it'll blend it, which is pretty cool. Yeah. So have fun with this, y'all. And I would love to see the photos if y'all do this, and would love to see what your goals are. These are really interesting. I really like seeing the different goals that people have and how they overcome the challenges. It's always useful when you see other people planning stuff like that out, because it could give you ideas for what you can do for your own goals, right? I will say this too, if you want to do this exercise and you don't really want other people to know what your goal is or what your challenges are, you can always use images. You could use symbols and you don't have to write it down. So if you need some privacy, you could do it that way. But thank you for joining me, and I hope you have fun with this. Again, get creative. You can come up with some really cool terms and really cool landscapes for your challenges, and it'll really get you thinking about how to overcome them. So y'all got this. I hope you have an awesome week ahead and be safe, and we'll see you soon.